Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack, man. We being at our best. We building esteem of self through thinking. Can you dig it? I hope everybody woke up today. I hope everybody having a very, very beautiful morning, man. It's beautiful out here in Las Vegas. Guys, before I start this video, do me a favor if you're new to the channel. Guys, pause this video real quick. Just hit pause for a few seconds because I got some things for you guys. Man, pause this video, man. Hit the like button already. You guys got to hit a button, man. That's it. Then hit that notification bell so you know I'm dropping these videos, 4-5 videos a day. Can you dig it? Man, hit that subscribe button and subscribe to the channel so y'all be the first ones to get my videos when I'm coming out, man. But like the title to this video say, man, 7 things you must have to consider you a man. 7 things you must have to consider you a man in these days. Can you dig what I'm saying? Because as I told you before, just because you're over the age of 18 and you are a male, that does not make you a man yet. That don't make you a man. That makes you a boy over the age of 18. Why? Because a man stands on principles. He stands on his understanding, right? He stands on his morals. And if you don't have the principles to have even the smallest things in life, the smallest aspirations in life, that does not yet make you a man. For instance, if you can't handle just having a female friend that you're not intimate with, God is never going to bless you with a helpmate that you could rule the world with. You just don't know how to handle it because you have not yet become a man. Because you have not become the best version of yourself yet. And you value, a woman's body over her mind, and you don't see the places that you can get by using her mind, and you value her body. You have not become a man yet. You are still weak in the flesh, or tender in the zipper, as what we like to call it. But man, this channel is all about becoming the best version of yourself, being your best, building esteem of self through thinking. And in order to do that as a man, you got to not only look like a man, but you got to feel like a man and represent a man in your masculine frame. Can you dig? So now here's the first thing, man, that a man must have to be considered a man. A man must have a black suit or a blue suit, or in some occasions, maybe even a dark gray, but really, really black or blue. And you need yourself a white shirt and a red tie or a blue tie. Now, y'all ask me, why is this Coach One Stack? Well, when you look at the president sitting up there, you look at people in office and people in politics, they always have on a black or a blue suit. They always have on a white shirt. They always have on a red or a blue tie. Those are called power colors. Those are the colors, man, that emit power when you walk through a room. Those are the colors that put you in your masculine frame even more when you're wearing that suit. Like, wow, he's all about business. See, guys, you don't go into that interview with a pink suit on that you wore at your that you wore at your last family reunion. You don't go in there with some a tight suit where the pants is flooding and you got on some penny loafers to this interview for this multi-million-dollar company. You're gonna be looking out of place. You don't go in here and just wear anything, man, when you're walking into this boardroom and you're trying to pitch a business to a bunch of business people who only see you first before you open up your mouth, and they already have formed their opinion about you because of how you look. But man, when you got that suit on and it's dressing properly, you can know somebody who don't even know how to wear a suit because your jackets, man, are covering, your sleeves are covering your hand. Your jacket on your suit should stop about an inch before the end of your wrist. So what? That white shirt can stick out, and those nice, beautiful cufflinks that you done bought can just sit out and be seen. Those are a conversation piece, you dig? You have to not only have the suit, but you got to know how to wear the suit properly, man, because all eyes on you, like Tupac, you dig? All eyes on me. All eyes on you. And there's a lot of people in this world who have lost things before they ever open their mouth just because of how they look and somebody's opinion of them. Because believe it or not, in certain situations, people's opinion does matter, especially when they are in control over you. Can you dig? When they're in control over you, rule number 1 from the 48 laws of power, never outshine the master. You don't walk into a job interview looking all sloppy. You don't walk into a job interview with no jeans on. You need that suit on because you remember, I'm teaching you how to become the best version of yourself. You might want to you might meet that woman and now you're going to her corporate dinner, her corporate lunch. This woman got 2 master's degrees. She got a doctorate. She worked for a multi-billion-dollar company. Man, she can't take you in there around her coworkers looking in your kind of way. You got to not only be able to blend in, but you got to be able to have that conversation so you can stick in, and then you got to be able to have that restraint to sit back and watch that woman do her thing, all with that good suit. Now, number 2, guys, man, to be considered a man, you have to have your own place. This is a big one. You have to have your own place, your own residence. I don't mean staying with mama. I don't mean staying with your aunties. I don't mean staying with your homeboys. None of that. Having your own place. Now, here's what having your own place does. Having your own place forces you to learn how to do everything. It forces you to, number one, if you're not making enough money to pay your bills, you might have to get yourself 2 jobs, 3 jobs. You might have to get a fast food job. You might have to go work a day laborer job, but you have 7 days in a week. Remember, you're not rich yet. You have nothing but time. You have no responsibilities. It's time for you to get out there and get yourself 2, 3, 4 jobs to not only make ends meet, but to even have some more on your plate so that you can pay every bill and be organized, because when you pay those bills, it makes you feel more independent like a man. Now, you ain't got to have the flyest place in the world. You don't got to be living in a high rise or in the best part of town. You could be in the worst part of town. You have to go wherever your money can afford you, guys. But make sure that you keep it clean. Make sure that you keep it clean, because after all, man, you can't be out here trying to get on these date naps and now you want to meet a woman and bring her back to mama house. That's impossible. Or you don't want to be simping around here because a lot of y'all sit on them date naps and now you want to spend every dollar you make sitting on a hotel room. Me, if I had to go rent a room from somebody, hey, it would be mine. You understand what I'm saying? It would be mine, but it is mandatory that if you are calling yourself a grown man, you need to have your own place, right? Because after all, you can't be stuck at your mom's house forever. You can't be stuck staying with all your homeboys forever, because you potentially want that queen that's gonna stand by you, and she can't live like that. She has her own space. She wants it to be you and him. You and her. And when you got your own place, man, you learn how to cook for yourself at night. You're learning how to take care of yourself as a grown man. So then when the Lord provides you a helpmate, hey man, it's just that much easier because you have half of the load taken off you and you know how to do everything. And that is an empowering feeling with your confidence and everything. All right. Now, the third thing that a person must have is their own car. Guys, it goes without saying, you need your own mode of transportation. And it don't have to be the flyest car. It ain't got to be nothing European, as long as it works and you keep it clean. And that's it. That's all a woman really cares about, is you having your own transportation. What you look like sitting up on these date naps, right? You over here swiping through these pages. You're swiping through, fantasizing about these women on Instagram. What happens if one of them call your bluff? What happens when one of them calls your bluff, right? And it's like, hey, come scoop me up. Man, you can't even go pick her up. What, you think you're going to go pick her up in a Lyft or an Uber? Not the woman of your dreams, because I've taught you to be the best version of yourself. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with catching a Lyft or Uber, but I'm saying is I'm trying to set you guys up for success. I'm trying to set y'all up for completion. That number 7, right? God's number. That's why I leave 7 facts. That's why my logo has 7 letters in it. That's why it is made into a 7. I'm teaching you guys how to be the complete version of yourself in the eyes of God. In order to do that, man, you got to have your own transportation to be able to move, groove, and not have to depend on nobody. See, being a man is about not having to depend on somebody. Yes, we all fall short and we need help from time to time. But for the most part, you should be dependent on yourself and making a way out of no way, because that's what a man do. Can you dig it? Now, number 4, a man must have a passport. Why is that, Coach One Stack? Hey, man, you said you was a man, right? You said you want the Instagram model, the one shaking that thing, that BBL, or you want that corporate woman. Guys, the problem that I have a lot, I talk to a lot of women throughout the day, man, in my consultations and my mentorships and all that. And one of their biggest problem with men is they say that, hey, you know, you guys put limits on these women. What do I mean by limits? She has a passport, you don't. She want to go to Jamaica, you can't go. See, you're limiting her life. You can't even get up and go nowhere because you ain't took the time to just get your birth certificate, right? Get your social security card, go get you 2 passport photos, go down to your nearest post office, pay like 90 some dollars, send your passport off, and send off for your passport, wait about 3-4 weeks for it to come back in the mail, and now you official like a referee's whistle. Cause man, when you got stamps in that passport, man, it make you feel good. When you got them stamps in your passport, it make you feel good about yourself, right? And when you go see these other countries and you well traveled, you're gonna see when you get to these other countries, we are the only ones in America that complain about stuff. When you go to these other countries, you're gonna live better in 1 week than they do all year long. And it feels so good when you got that passport that when you're coming back home, after you, it's gonna be a point where you show that passport, the person at the counter in a uniform, in a military uniform, is gonna tell you, welcome back home. And boy, that's a good feeling, man. When you get back to America and that man in that military outfit looks at your passport and says, welcome back home. That means he's saying, welcome back to America, man. You home, you safe. But guys, you can't experience none of these things. You ain't got no passport. See, this is a big boy life. I told you, I'm teaching you how to become the best version of yourself. This is for big boys out here, man. This is how we moving and grooving out here in 2024 and beyond, man. I'm teaching y'all how to really boss up in a major way so you can get out here and play, man, and have a woman, man, paying like she weigh, if that's what you want to do. You dig? Or, hey, man, even if you need a passport, even if you just want to rock out with your homeboys, just take your boys trip and just travel from place to place, because everything ain't got to be about a woman. But you can get that passport and now you can go see other things, man. Your life is not limited. Remember, I've taught you how to become the best version of yourself. So the last thing we doing is living inside of a box. Can you dig? Now, number 5, man, what every man must have, he must have some good conversation. I mean, some great conversation, because conversation rules the nation. When you run out of words, you run out of the game. Y'all hear me say this time and time again about the conversation, man. This is why it's important to be well-read, well-traveled with the passport. It's why it's important for you to have been dating several types of women, so you see a lot of issues that's going on with these women. Because when you get down to the nitty-gritty, man, and you sitting up there, man, in that masculine flame, man, with those legs crossed, puffing you a nice cigar at the cigar bar, and you got your nice little drink of cognac, and you're chopping it up with other grown men or your woman, man, they looking at you. You dig? And you gotta have that conversation. You gotta be well versed in all areas of life, because they might be talking about physics, astronomics, chemical biology, chemical warfare, and you want to be able to participate in that conversation. Now, I didn't say you want to be able to pretend like you smart. I said you want to be able to participate in that conversation. You want to be able to, man, walk up to people from point A, introducing yourself, and then getting that desired outcome that you need, whether it's getting a number, exchanging information for business purposes. But you got to have that conversation, man. And when you got that genuine conversation, not expecting anything in return, like sex, like most of y'all think, man, the conversation is just going to flow like lava. You know, when you have somebody that likes talking to you because you got good conversation, you can find yourself immersed in a level of conversation for hours that you and only that person understand. But first, you guys, you got to learn how to have that conversation, man. Conversation rules the nation, right? You know, now, the next thing that you have to do, guys, you got to get up, man. You got to get up and be active and proactive in your life. That means you got to be a go-getter. You have to be a go-getter, man. You got to be a go-getter, period, point blank. You got to be a go-getter. You got to know what your goals are throughout this world, and you got to know how to get them and what you're willing to do to get there. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't have a trade in your life and you're a young person, hey man, take a year off from doing all the dating, take a year off from all the tomfoolery and and you should be away from the vices by now, and go get yourself a trade, man. It could be air conditioning, it could be learn how to be a brick mason, it could be learn how to be an electrician. You could join the union. You need some type of trade. You need to be proactive in your grind, moving forward, not just being reactive, but proactive. That's why it's important to have yourself a vision board and wake up each and every day moving towards your goals and your understanding. Every day waking up, moving towards your goals and your understanding. But you got to be proactive, man. You just can't be sitting around waiting for it to fall in your lap, because guess what? Prayer without work is useless. You've already prayed for it. God has already put the means for these things to happen in your life. Now you got to go put some work in, man. You can pray to lose weight, but guys, you first got to get up, get to the gym, and start putting your plan in action, man. You got to be on your grind. And most of y'all don't do that. That's why you falling yourself. That's why you find yourself falling behind. Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Come on, man. Hey, man, this is the last one. And this is the last one. This is number 7. And this is the most important one about being a man and what considers you a man. And check this out. You must have the ability to lead. You got to have the ability to lead. This is the most important one out of all of them. And first, when we talk about leading, you got to first be able to lead yourself. You got to first be able to lead yourself to get up out the bed and get at them and get moving and get grooving and get proactive instead of reactive. Because, guys, you want that woman at the end of the day. That, the object of all this is to learn how to be the best version of yourself. So now you can attract that good helpmate and hopefully get married, have a partner in crime, have somebody that you can build with. But you have to first learn how to lead. And if you can't lead yourself, why would somebody else let you lead them? And you lead yourself, man, by stepping outside the box, by sacrificing, by staying consistent, by being disciplined when everybody else ain't disciplined. You dig what I'm saying? I always hit on this in all my videos. If you're trying to lose weight, have the discipline to order you a chicken Caesar salad while everybody else eating the barbecue ribs and chicken wings, right? Have the discipline to say, no, I'm going to go drink me some water while everybody at the barbecue is drinking wine and beer and they taking shots. Drink you some water. Have the discipline to get up out the bed, man, and get them burpees in, get that workout in while everybody else is sleeping, everybody else is sore. Can you dig it? You got to have the discipline. You have to be able to lead yourself. And when people notice that you're leading yourself, guys, they don't mind following you. It's like the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper. And so those of y'all don't know who the Pied Piper is, the Pied Piper is somebody back in the nursery rhyme days who had a flute and he started playing that flute. And after a while, all the kids would just follow him wherever he went, because he was able to lead himself. And that's what you want to be. You want to be a modern day Pied Piper, to when you moving at such a high point, man, you vibrating at such a high level, people just want to cling to you. They want to follow you. They want to vibrate with you, because, man, them people that's vibrating with you, now they may have something that you need. You may need a graphic artist. You got one. You may need somebody who does taxes. You got one. You might need somebody, man, that's into clothing brands. You got one, because they see how you lead yourself, and everybody wants to be a part of something special. And you're special, aren't you? You're at your best. You done built this thing of yourself through thinking. See, guys, I advise you to book a consultation with me, 1 hour or 30 minutes, because I can guarantee you all your money back. That if you book that consultation and you do the simple little things that I'm going to ask you to do for 30 days, right? You will have knocked a lot of these things off on that list, just like the rest of my subscribers who have done that, man. I don't have to say it. They can say it for me. But guys, that's the end of the video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys understand now the 7 most important things it takes for you to be considered a man. And if you're not hitting on that list, don't get mad. Don't get mad at yourself. Don't be sorry. Just start to work on it in silence right now, because I know you can do it, man. Coach One Stack love you. Uncle One Stack love you. Most of all, God love you. So be at your best version and don't let nothing stop you. Church.